So let's buckle up because I'm gonna get angry in a second.
Back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down because today we're talking about the deadliest pranks ever.
Yep.
If you're watching this video, chances are you've played a prank on someone before. Maybe it was a harmless one you pulled on your friend, or maybe a senior prank at the end of high school, right? We've all done it. We're all pranksters here. Most of the time, pranks are pretty innocent. Some people, however, can take things a little too far. Not me. I once bullied and pranked my teacher for having a miscarriage.
That's not a prank. That is just mean. That is literally just mean.
I'm joking. I thought that was going to come out funnier.
I was going to say that, see, that's not even funny that you would joke about it. See, I'm very, okay,
That really wasn't funny at all. If you're careless, it's easy for a prank to lead to serious injury or even death. And if you're playing a prank on a stranger, you truly have no idea how they're gonna react to being messed with, right? You see all these fake YouTube pranksters. You put a real scenario in there, you never know who's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu master, who has a gun. I have a gun! Today, I thought we'd talk about all the ways that pranks have led to people's untimely demise.
My favorite pranks are the kissing pranks.
Mommy makeout day.
I'm here at Venice Beach, and it's mommy makeout day.
I like pranking girls by kissing them. I like cutting off girlfriends' boyfriends' faces and pretending to be them. Who pranked you? Come here, baby, kiss me.
Okay, so I think he kind of feels the same way I do about pranks. Like, it's just not funny. People, they're not funny.
Leather skin face mask. Come here, baby, I want to kiss you in the mouth. Pranks have certainly escalated over the years, but still, even as far back as the 1900s, people have died due to what seemed like a harmless prank, like the thumbtack prank that killed a high schooler.
This is a happy video, folks.
I used to put thumbtacks under people's seats all the time. You do it on my teachers. He got really mad. My geometry teacher, he was like, "Who did that?"
See, I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's okay. I would not be able to deal with that.
Like that, and I was like,
you blamed your friends?
no, never my friends. Usually a very innocent bystander. They're like, what? No, I didn't. You're like, that person over there, I think.
My friends used to stab each other with like long needles during wrestling matches.
Sounds painful. Do you think if you sat on a thumbtack, do you think you'd actually be able to have the needle go into your...
If you got Hank Hill ass.
You got a flat ass, boy. A popular athlete at a New York high school, 14-year-old Angelina Cerna, was subject to a prank that led to her death in 1930. A few students in her class had decided to play a prank where they placed a thumbtack on her chair. Classic. Well, I won't deny it's a classic. Maybe this is where it came from. When Cerna arrived, she sat on the tack. She reacted in pain, but refused to tell the teacher what had happened to avoid getting anyone in trouble. She's a martyr.
Yeah.
She went about her day, but later became incredibly ill to the point of having to stay home from school. Apparently,
was the tack infected with something like poop or something, or like rusted? Oh, yeah, Strider. See, I don't think that's funny. Ugh.
the injury from the tack had caused an infection that became lethal. What started as a small bruise grew to a cyst as she eventually contracted blood poisoning, also known as sepsis.
You think someone like dipped it in poo?
What if we dipped it in cow shit before we did it? Like, why? I don't know, it's right here. It's the 30s. Our school's also a pig pen. Won't she smell it? No, the whole school smells like shit. Also, I found this tack out. It's been raining for 4 weeks straight. Yeah, it's a little rusty. Dipping a rusty thumbtack in cow shit. The young teen had passed away, and the culprit had never been found. It even became national news, showing up in Time magazine, though the details were oddly brief. This is the Time magazine hard-hitting article from
If it draws blood, it's a prank. I just think if it's not actually funny, it's not a good prank. Like 99%, like I said, most things that people are like, oh my God, they're going to be laughing. I don't think it's funny.
30s. Tack. In Mount Morris, New York, a joker put a tack on a chair of Angelina Cerna, who sat on the tack, squeaked, contracted blood poisoning, died.
Like, if you think putting a tack underneath someone's, like, and them sitting on it and being like, ow, if that's funny, then I can't even explain. There's no universe and thing. I think that was funny. Yeah, we're reacting. We're talking to the worst kind of pranks that actually end up killing people. So if it draws blood, it's not a prank anymore. I think if it hurts anyone physically or emotionally, it's not a prank. That's not funny.
Was she a mouse?
She squeaked. Sat on tack, squeaked, died. And move on to the next story. Let's talk light bulbs. Are you tired of candles? Everything's about to change. In 1949,
LEDs?
gruesome deaths occurred after one man decided to attempt a particularly creative prank. So let's talk about the War of the Worlds recreation disaster. You may have heard of the War of the Worlds, which
Yeah.
was a radio play.
I've talked about this one. See, okay, this one I feel like is not that bad, but because it caused hysteria, this one's kind of gray in my eyes. Because it's scary if you think about it, but I feel like, I don't know, probably still was harmful. I don't know. This one I feel like is not as bad, though, I think. Unless it hurts people, I'm not really sure.
Based on the novel by H.G. Wells, this play, directed and narrated by Orson Welles, aired on Halloween in 1938. Orson Welles, doesn't that sound familiar? It's the guy who made Citizen Kane. It's true.
And he's a wino.
If you ever want a good, clean time, look up Orson Welles wine commercial. Show a clip.
102, take 2.
Okay.
Ah, the French champagne.
It was an hour-long
What?
fictional news broadcast meant to simulate a Martian invasion. The narrator went through live updates detailing breaking news, from aliens using heat rays on nearby onlookers to full-on Martian invasions in major cities.
Yeah, I don't know if this is really, a misunderstanding, because they did it on Halloween, and I don't know. I guess it would be scary coming from, like, a broadcasting station, so I can understand. Like, if I saw it on the news and they're like, oh, yeah, this is happening, I'd be like, oh, my God, it's on the news. So I can understand, but I don't know. That would freak, but alien invasion? I don't know.
While announcements were made explaining that this would be a work of fiction, people who tuned in late completely missed this. They thought that it was an actual Martian invasion that was happening nearby. Many fled their homes to escape it, and others relentlessly called the police station. And in the end, people realized it was all fake. Some claimed it was incredibly cruel, while others praised Orson Welles for his innovative storytelling and dramatic skills.
I don't think he was trying to prank people, though. Also, I think some people killed themselves.
I don't think that we talked about that, but that'd be
That's what I'm saying. Like, this one seems harmless, but if it actually hurt people, then it's like, Because, like, if I heard that on the news, I'd be like, okay, that's weird. And I'd change the station. Because honestly, if it's on one news station and it's something as big as that, it would be on multiple stations. But I'm just the type that wouldn't stick to one anyway, but that's just me. During that time, it might have been a little different. So, yeah, it's a little bit too far. I can see people freaking out about it.
kind of crazy. Well, Orson, they're dropping like flies out there. Huh? Over the alien heat rays? Yeah, they did not like that.
That's what my English teacher said, at least. They're like, people started hearing the Martians were coming, so they pulled out the guns and shot themselves.
I've never heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Turning on your radio back then and hearing that. What? What's the magic box saying? Helga, run! I mean, fast forward to 1949, where two artists named Leonardo Paez and Eduardo Alcaraz decided to mimic this exact broadcast in Ecuador. The only difference was that Leonardo refused to announce that the work was one of fiction, despite Alcaraz begging for him to make it clear, which I love that. He's like, I'm not telling him. He's like, dude, you have to do it. Please just say it's a joke. He's like up to a mic. You hear the Martians incoming? When the broadcast played on the radio.
See, knowing that it caused kind of like a mild panic before, I feel like it should have done that.
Radio station late that night, a similar panic ensued. Actors even joined the broadcast to double down on its legitimacy, imitating known government officials. This time, police, firefighters, and military were dispatched to fight off the supposed Martian invasion. People flooded churches to confess their sins before imminent death. I mean, it was a complete show. Eventually, the authorities realized it was all fake and announced it over the radio to calm people down. However, people were enraged that they had been duped. In response, over 100 people gathered around the radio station. What started as screaming and rock throwing slowly escalated to starting fires. The building was being burned to the ground. And some people inside were.
See, that's when it went too far. People were upset that it went too far, and then they retaliated. That's bad. Yeah, I'm not shocked. I hope no one got hurt, but I'm not shocked.
Resorted to leaping off the roof to escape. 15 people had died in the chaos, including Leonardo's nephew and his girlfriend.
That's what happens when you cry wolf.
Did he cry wolf?
Cried alien invasion.
I'm just kidding. The guy's like impaled with like a sign or something. He's like, should have made it clear. The riot would have been shut down earlier if police and firefighters had not all been busy preparing for the potential Martian invasion. So that's, he did shoot himself in the foot there. Leonardo was detained alongside several others. Paez on the
They were doing it to make a big splash, but I think it's totally unacceptable. You can't react like that. Yeah, if he just mentioned like, hey, it's fiction during certain parts, it wouldn't have been and you can still have fun with it. You know, you can still have a fun time being like, oh, alien invasion, mom, making all the sounds and being like, this is fiction. We're just having fun. You know, like.
On the other hand, escaped Ecuador to avoid being sent to jail. One hell of a radio play. You gotta give him that one hell of a radio play.
I also like how they're just like, oh, that worked in America. Let's do
Yeah.
100%. Also, like, what, 15 years earlier or something? So just like, oh, dude, people forgot about that. We could totally do that. And there are even deadly pranks going back into the late 1800s. Let's talk about one that occurred on April Fool's Day, 1896, when a man
I hate April Fool's Day.
literally scared his wife to death. You know, there's tons of videos online of usually women getting scared by their husband, and then they like have to hold their panty area because they're peeing. No, come on.
Okay, I also told Tetra try not to scare me because you know how there's like a fight or flight instinct? If you are close enough, my fight instinct goes 100% and I can't stop myself. So yeah, that's why I also don't play scary games because I will punch my monitor because that's just my first reaction. So we try not to do those things. So you are forewarned.
Stop. Let me tell you something. If I try scaring my wife, it's a fight. She gets legitimately angry.
Yep. If you scare me and you're close enough, you're being 100% knocked in the face.
I know, I've scared her a couple times.
Yeah, she won't talk to you. She gets very, very.
And then literally, yeah, I will not talk to you for the rest of the day because it's just not funny. You're scared. Yura, yeah, I will literally throw hands. Imagine getting clocked in the drawer by Yura first and getting that broken jaw. It's bad. I get scared. I am a giant scaredy cat. You do not want that.
Very upset. I even have to, like, when I'm walking in a room and I know she hasn't heard me yet, I have to be like, I have to like let my presence be known. And even then she's like, ah, why would you do that? And I'm like, I'm trying to let you know I'm walking in the room. You
This is why, and it sounds terrifying, this is why I always have to be aware of my surroundings. I always have only one headphone in at any given time. Doesn't matter where I am, only one headphone to make sure that doesn't happen. Because I don't want someone to scare me without trying to scare me, and I end up messing them up. So, like, damn, you just get scared of being short and seeing me. Man, if we're I'm fine with you. This I literally told Tetra, do not, like, there's times where she scared me, where like, because I wasn't like paying attention or I was like falling asleep or something, and I was like, oh my god, don't do that, because I literally like jump. My first reaction is to jump up and like just like move. So yeah, she knows. You're evolved now. She has eyes in the back of her head. I mean, I am a mom now, so like, oh, and I was a teacher, so that kind of works. I have the double whammy, eyes and back of my head.
She just did that the other day. I was leaving. I just said bye. She went,
yeah. It's fucking, you could just be doing anything.
Just wear a bell around the house. Just wear a bell. Easy.
Walking through the house, just walking. Why would you do that? I'm in a building. I'm walking through the house. So I have to like literally like look around and see her. I have to like let her know.
I feel like the older you get, the harder it is to find.
She's like, what is that? Oh, hey. I'm like, okay, I can enter the room now.
got a double-edged sword though, because the cooing could freak her out.
That's the thing, is there's no way, there's no correct way to do it. In Nashville, a farmer named John Aarons decided to play a prank on his new wife of several months. The plan was to dress up as a tramp, which was a phrase used to describe a homeless person back in the day.
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp. I also thought it was a whore.
Yeah, tramp stamp.
That's how they mark the homeless. Yeah. We're gonna put this right above your buttocks. Tramp. There it is. He got in his disguise, complete with a white mask, and knocked on the door for the big surprise. She answered the door, and John loudly ordered her to make him dinner as a joke. Make me dinner! His wife was so horrified by what seemed like an aggressive stranger that she fainted and fell to the floor. She died an hour later, and it had filled him with so much grief that he later threatened to take his own life. I like how it's like he threatened.
Okay, see, that's not funny. I know it's something like, it seems harmless, like, haha, I'm gonna dress up as someone and scare, but like, that's scary. Especially like, this is why, one, I don't answer my door. Two, as a woman, just having someone come up to you, knock on the door, and scream in your face, yeah, that would kind of freak me out too. I don't think I'd get to the point where I'd, fall over and probably hurt my head, but like, that's scary. Average Gen Z pranks goes too far. Yeah, this is why I don't like pranks. This is I have a lot of strong opinions about this.
And then he's like, I'm gonna do it. We're like, no, you're not. And he's like, okay. I'll be honest though. That's, she's got a little pigeon heart. Make me dinner.
Okay, Okay, but he doesn't understand from a woman's perspective, if especially during that time. Obviously, she answered the door, but like, if you open the door and someone's hard immediately screaming in your face, that's scary. That's scary, especially if it's someone you don't know. Thing for me is you should know your partner if they're someone who reacts badly to stuff. I mean, yeah, that's true. He also said they were only married for like what, 3 months. Used to print faces on papers and tape them on people's windows. Strider, you're on my list. You know how Lurk has a list? I have a list. You're on it. Numero uno. Congrats. Bring back the early 2000 pranks. Classy ones too. I feel like there's very, very minimal pranks. I think the only, even like the ones that like, is it a cake? I feel like I'd be upset because when like I really want food and then all of a sudden I'm handing a cake, I feel like I'd be upset. Is it harmful? Not really. No, but like, you better have that food ready for me if you're gonna pretend it's a cake.
It's just a joke, honey. That's her realizing it for a second. And then just dying. If it wouldn't have been that, it probably would have been something else, right?
I was picturing she got scared, smacked her head, and then she bled out.
Well, that's what I thought, dude. No, it's just she literally.
Oh, she literally just had like a heart attack. So maybe she just had a weak heart. Prank mail time by adding emails down a prank room. That's just love and affection. Come on. Leave those backpack pranks in the grid. Oh, and I don't like that. Where you get in a portable toilet and come out in a makeshift meeting room. Okay, from an outside perspective, those are funny. But if I was in that situation, I would be so mad. Yeah, those aren't harmful. It's just like really awkward, I feel like.
Got frightened. She was like, oh, I bet slowly moved to the ground. And then curled up in a ball and just seized.
How long do you think he like took to respond? Because this is the 1800s.
I think if it was 1800s, I think while she's falling, he's like, ah, all the way down to the ground. She's like curled up in a ball like, he's like, just get up. I'm actually hungry. You've actually pissed me off now. Get up. Because I would assume if he was just like, maybe dinner. She's like, oh. He's like, oh, I'm just joking. Oh, I think that he was at full in it. He's like, ah. He's like dancing and shit. I'm a psycho. I'm going to eat your soul. It was unrelenting. Stop. And that's what he doesn't tell other people. She's like, really? Just because you scared her? He's like, yeah. I don't know what happened.
So it was probably a combination of it caught her off guard. She had a very weak heart, and it was like genuinely scary. Bad receiving end of pranks because my first would be reaching my size. Oh no.
That is weird.
Do you think after this he pulled another prank in his life, or was he like, I'm done with pranks?
I think he's like, I'm done with pranks, but I bet you he's the kind of guy he has been tempted. He like walks into a house and it's like no one heard him yet, and he like sees the person washing dishes. He pulls out the mask for a second. I've grown. This is a 1900s man growing as a person.
Today's video is sponsored by our partners at Factor. It can be tough trying to eat better on a busy schedule. You want to be healthy, but you want to be fast.
I know.
Not to mention, does it even taste good? Thankfully, with Factor, I have all of that covered. Factor has delicious ready-to-eat meals that are delivered right to your door. In just 2 minutes, you can heat, eat, and enjoy. Plus, Factor lets you eat the way you want, whether you need calorie smart, keto, protein plus, or even vegan dishes. And if you enjoy the gourmet side of life, get fancy with ingredients like broccolini, salmon, and truffle butter when you choose Factor's Gourmet Plus meals. With over 35 options to choose from each week, you are sure to find something you like. Each meal is chef-crafted and dietitian approved, and the best part of Factor is that there's no prep work, no grocery lines, and virtually no cleanup involved. So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50PAPAMeat to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50PAPAMeat at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring the video. Now back to the video.
But as you can see, some people are simply not capable of handling pranks. But not just because they may pass out from fear. Some react with full-on rage, like this next story.
Me, I act out with full-on rage.
Chair prank that led to a brutal murder. You like chair pranks? I hate when people sit in my seats.
I hate when people pull your seat out.
Oh, when you sit down and then you pull your prank, and then I don't know why, but every person's gut like visceral reaction is just to turn and laugh.
Yeah, I would not be laughing.
Okay. Dude, you tried to sit and you fell your asses on the ground now. Idiot! Like, cool prank. I'm just like digging up some real shit from my past. In a Pennsylvania meat processing facility.
Oh.
Danny Vasquez thought it would be funny to play a prank on his coworker, Peter Jock Adam. When Adam was sitting down in his chair, Vasquez yanked his chair out from under him. Adam collapsed to the floor, but did not find it amusing.
Yeah.
Well, gotcha. And he just turns around like,
I would never prank people because I don't think pranks are funny. I have never done a prank in my entire life. And if I ever did, that is not me. That is a mimic.
it's just a prank, man. Who's laughing? No one else is here laughing.
Me. Okay. This is literally my reaction. It's bad.
Adam reacted by simply saying, I'm going to get you for that. And walking away. I'll tell you right now, that's when I'd be like, I'll try to sit down and then you pull it from what will be even Stevens. Yank my chair. Adam! But the next day, Adam confronted Vasquez and began wrestling him to the ground. And
Okay, I would not wrestle someone, but if it was in the workplace, 100% they're reported. And if nothing gets done, I'm going to make sure something gets done because your actions have consequences.
choking him. Workers had heard screaming, and when they approached the source of the noise, they saw Adam stabbing Vasquez.
Again, I would not stab someone. I would be very, very angry.
Jesus.
Multiple times. After desperately trying to crawl away, he passed out, and he later died in the hospital. Adam was hiding out in a shed when police found him. I love that. Adam, probably sit on a chair in there. Try pulling my chair from me. Adam was hiding in a shed when the police found him, covered in self-inflicted stab wounds. He was rushed to a hospital for surgery, and police officers reported seeing a knife and a handwritten note near the shed that read, "See you in hell. Life for life." This is a creepypasta premise, okay?
Yeah.
That just solidified every creepypasta story I read where it's like some guy just being like, yeah, I'm a little crazy. But it's just because the voices in my head talk to me. That kind of thing. Some motherfucker just over a prank. Let me ask you this, Nick. Was his reaction?
I think that was a little much for pulling a chair, but again, I would be very, very angry and I would want something done about it because I don't think that's funny. Like, obviously, I'm not going to go hurt someone like that unless it's my innate reaction that just like they're within my range. They end up swinging because they scared me. But yeah, I wouldn't go to that length of it, but again, it wasn't funny.
Justified?
Was everybody around him pointing and laughing?
Exactly. Are we getting history here? Because see, at this point, it makes it seem like it's not a big deal. But if you have 10 people in a room pointing and laughing, that could mentally break a man. He's already having a bad day. He woke up, coffee spilled on his shirt, goes in. People are like, oh, diarrhea chest. He's like, it's coffee. And all of a sudden, now the guy, and it's like, that's just the straw that broke the camel's back, baby. Also, like, I'll get you back. He's just being like, tomorrow.
I mean, you would be safe because your chair is so small, you can't get a hold of it anyway. See how small the chair is when I put
going to wrestle you to the ground and stab you to death. It's not even like another prank. At first I thought it was like, oh, his counter prank is going to be the thing. He puts like a Chinese finger trap on him and the guy like is freaking out and like falls into a vat of acid or something. I don't know where they yeah, at the meat plant. But you know, not every prank is serious enough that it should lead to straight up physical violence.
Exactly.
This next prank, however, was not quite as harmless. Let's talk about the compressed air prank.
Actually, I've read that.
I heard this one from Tetra, and I'm gonna be angry about it.
Yeah, you could die by blowing compressed air on your skin.
Really? Like if you're like.
I saw a video where it's like cool hair hack, and it's a guy who like makes like a coif with his hair, and all the comments are like, do not do that.
Dude, you could have died. The guy's like, huh? It's like if Anton's in the deal. Don't put that coin away. That's your lucky coin. It's like the Grim Reaper was here. You could have died. At a plywood factory in India, a 40-year-old man named Ravender had previously been subject to ridicule from his coworkers due to him wearing tattered clothing.
Calling him poor.
All the homies in the plywood factory just being like, you know, hey, affliction called. They want their shirt back. And it's like, oh, it's buckled. I thought it was cool. One of the people bullying him was Anjan Mishra, who only got the job because Ravender recommended him in the first place.
He got the job because of him, and that's messed up.
A little backstabby, okay? Hope Anjan dies, dude. Regardless, he decided to play a prank that involved sticking an air compressor into Ravender's butt as he bent down to pick up a block of wood.
It's messed up.
This is the worst LinkedIn recommendation you could ever give a guy. He's like, no, Anjan is really cool. A hard worker. Thanks, Ravender. This air jet is extremely powerful, used mainly for slicing through large blocks of wood.
What?
Good God! When he stuck it inside Ravender, there was a brief laughter until he suddenly fell to the floor face first. The force of the air ripped his insides to shreds, leading to severe organ damage and hemorrhaging, and he died trying to receive treatment. Misra was arrested after the authorities reviewed CCTV footage of the incident. That is crazy. Also, my God!
Yeah, I've heard of that before really bad. I've heard stories of like jacuzzi jet things. It's not a good time. Compressed air go through the skin and create air bubble in your veins. Yep. How many PSI does that air jet go? It was used for cutting wood, apparently, they said. So that's like even worse than like a normal, just like, I don't know, keyboard cleaner or something.
The air thing looks like a gas pump.
Yeah.
Ravender's bum is loose. It's easy to stick inside Ravender's bum. Like, what the f—
Was he think it was gonna happen? That's the reason. He didn't think. He literally didn't think.
What are you on, Misra? That is crazy.
Do you think he stuck it all the way up to the bent part? Thanks for the job, Ravender.
Thanks for the job recommended Upwork. Are we saying that my boy Ravender laughed? Or are we saying that the
sounds
group?
like.
I think the group laughed and then he just fell down. There's no way an unsuspected anal plunging leads you to being like,
I wouldn't laugh at that. I don't,
inside, you're just like, no way. I think if anything, it was, and he just fell down.
Yeah.
Are you under the impression that Ravender laughed?
I like to believe Ravender had a bit of joy before his untimely demise. Oh, you are so funny, Mishra.
He's a fucking bully who's like also like, hey, I heard your factory's hiring. He's like, not
Yeah.
really. You gonna get me in with your piece of clothing? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Whatever. This is the kind of thing where I wish my boy Anjan here gets a funnel up his ass every day and they pull
What?
Tutankhamun on him and scramble his brains with it. This isn't the first case of workplace bullying that led to a brutal death. Gareth McFadden, a 24—
like it's one of those normal air pumps which you can hold in your hand in front of it. It was aimed at the thigh or any open skin. Might have been a better prank. Yeah, even then though, I don't think that's really funny. So.
4-year-old sales trader had attended a staff Christmas party. The party was Hawaiian themed. Hey,
Okay.
Maka is a thing to say. So Gareth arrived with a fancy outfit, including a large synthetic grass skirt. The guy
Nice.
was stoked on the Hawaiian theme. Can you blame him? Who doesn't like wearing some Hawaiian button-ups, a little glass skirt, drinking some Mai Tais? Matthew Schofield, one of his co-workers, decided to play a cruel prank while he was in the bathroom. He reached under the bathroom stall, using a lighter to light the synthetic grass skirt on fire. That's a fun prank. Schofield was proud enough of his actions that he even announced what he had done when he returned to the partygoers. Perhaps he thought that Gareth would quickly—
Oh yeah, lighting someone on fire. Hilarious. What the?
brush it off and that it would be the end of it. But in reality, this resulted in a horrific string of events. Garrett's costume was fully lit ablaze. He was screaming till he exited the bathroom, where his head was described as glowing like a cigarette. My boy Joe Camel coming back. Calm down, Gareth. You're ruining the vibe.
I assume the funny would have been the dude who got the air would yelp because cold air on skin. I mean, I guess so. It's not a prank, that's murder. Yeah, that's literally just not okay. It's kind of messed up.
Hey, buddy. He had to be rushed to the hospital, and it was discovered that 90% of his body was covered in serious burns, and Gareth died in the hospital
90% of his body. Oh my God.
3 days later. I bet you anything Gareth recommended that dude too. I feel like this is the unfortunate core reality of these things. I bet you it was another recommend. Angela Offwood, another coworker, was also seriously injured when the fire had spread to her costume as well. And according to her husband, she had to undergo 6 plastic surgeries on top of getting 800 staples in order to secure skin grafts. For this prank, Schofield was found guilty of manslaughter and was jailed for 2 years for the death of Gareth. And
2 years? That's it? Never help friends get jobs? Yeah, honestly.
Additional 9 months for the injured Offwood, on top of being forced to pay $37,000 to both of the victims' families.
That's not
What was her
enough.
costume? I'm a cloud. All cotton. Why are we so dry?
Yeah, 2 years for like murdering someone is and burning another is not enough.
When you're a rebellious kid, it's easy to get caught up in a few pranks. Maybe you toilet paper someone's house or burrito
Okay, toilet papering someone's house, I feel like that's harmless. Is it annoying? Yes. Harmless.
someone's backpack.
What?
Also a waste of toilet paper.
What the f does that mean? I've never heard of burritoing.
When you turn someone's backpack inside out and it sucks. Okay, yeah, again, harmless, not funny, but harmless.
Backpack. Well, for some children, this leads to serious repercussions, like the egging prank that ended in a fatal car crash. In Houston, a 14-year-old boy and his 2 friends were throwing eggs at passing cars. These are what we like to call little pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, toilet paper, harmless fun, I'll say.
Again, toilet paper, harmless fun. Is it funny? No, but it's not the end of the world. You could take care of that in, you know, pretty quickly.
Getting TP'd, it's an annoying, yes. The rain will wash away the sins. That's what happens, right? Kids who egg, those are kids who parents don't love them.
What about rocks?
Rocks is another. Eggs, annoying. You shouldn't throw it at moving cars. If your house gets egged, yeah, it's annoying, but you just hose it off. It's or you get someone to clean it, which is annoying. But yeah, I think toilet paper is the least. Bubblegum in someone's hair is messed up. That's actually messed up. They're throwing eggs. Yeah, throwing eggs at moving cars is horrendous. Rocks is another whole story. I've heard people that have thrown turkeys at cars, and that has honestly killed someone. So, yeah, eggs are not okay.
Same thing, Nick. Rock's okay. There's no yolk in a rock. One of the drivers who was pelted
Eggs ruin paint? Oh, do they? Oh, I didn't know that.
by them rolled down his window and flashed a semi-automatic handgun at them in response. You know what? He's throwing eggs. He flashes a piece. That's only fair. The children got scared, jumping into a GMC Arcadia and speeding down the street as he chased them down the road. Okay, just want to reiterate, they're 14. And yet they have access to a GMC Arcadia. Wow. Okay. Scared of being caught, the 14-year-old ignored the traffic signals and moved at high speeds until eventually slamming into the back of a pickup truck. The crash was so intense that the 45-year-old woman driving the vehicle had died before paramedics could arrive. The young man at the wheel was later arrested on murder charges. Can you imagine that?
Kids have thrown rocks over. Yeah, rocks are really dangerous. How does 14 have access to a car? I don't know. This just seemed like a whole big thing of like, what the...
High speed GMC Arcadia slams in the back of you at like even 50 miles, 60 miles an hour, and you didn't expect it.
If you are at zero, if you are stopped and someone hits you with 50 miles per hour, that's really dangerous.
Oh, dude, you'd be fine. This isn't the first time that prank had led to the death of kids this young. In a similar story, 3 teenagers died after ding-dong ditching. I swear to God, one day that positive video is gonna come. And dude, I'm telling you, ding-dong ditching pisses people off. I ding-dong ditched this one guy one time, and he like literally chased me and my friends back. I mean, I'm like an obese kid, so it's not.
That's why you just don't answer the door. Easy, solved. They can ring the doorbell as much as they want. Don't care, not answering the door.
Like he was, you know, this guy's an athlete. People get pissed.
Was he stalking you slowly?
No, I was ding-dong ditch, boom, and he like immediately opened the door, and I was like. It made eye contact. I started running. And he's like, get back here! Which at that point, too, it was kind of weird to just be like, would you have just had this reaction if I was just like, hello, nice to meet you? I think it was because I was like, oh, and I ran off. I'm like, that seems like an odd reaction to be like, you son of a bitch! Which maybe I'm forgetting that maybe we were doing it a lot. I can't remember. I don't know. There's probably a part of leaving out where it's like, oh yeah, we did that 9 times at 2 a.m. on a Monday. In Riverside, California, a group of 6 teenagers were hanging out and being rebellious. One boy was dared to choose between ding-dong ditching someone's house or jumping in someone's pool at night. And by God, the boy decided to ding-dong ditch. He approached the house of a 45-year-old man named Chandra, rang the doorbell, and
it's gonna get bad, isn't it? You get a license at 14 as long as it's driving from home to school. So they were just doing it illegally. Okay.
exposed his butt to him as he opened the door. Okay, we'll see that he's adding a little, that's a little cherry on top. That's that'll send you over the edge, dude. Way to light the wick. The kids ran off, leaving Chandra infuriated. Instead of leaving the kids alone, who were just having a bit of mean-spirited fun, he decided to get in his car and chase after them. It was noted in his later testimony that he had consumed 12 beers before the incident took place. Oh, dude.
This is another reason of it's one thing to prank people you know. You should not prank strangers. You should not prank strangers.
I am in this man's shoes 100%. 12 beers in, you know he's like listening to some like music, you know, he's in the groove and he's like, what the fuck is this? He sped down the road going 99 miles an hour in order to catch up to them. Jesus. And when he did, he rear-ended them. And the driver ended up losing control and swerving off the road, slamming into a tree as Chandra drove off. The crash ended up taking the lives of the 3 16-year-old teenagers in the car. My God.
See, that's sad for them because like they were just doing ding dong ditch, but like you don't know. What's he planning to do if he caught them chasing ding dong just as crazy? I don't know. He's probably just gonna punch them or something. That's just like obviously it was an insane reaction, but like just don't do it, man. Or ding dong ditch like your friends or something. I don't know. It seems not at 2 a.m. either. It's a prank. Yeah. See. It's all because of an overreaction. Yeah, I understand being mad, but he definitely overreacted. But I also understand being annoyed, not to that extent. Obviously, not to that extent at all.
During the trial, Chandra claimed that the prank had made him fearful for the safety of his family, which emboldened him to go after them.
Safety of his family by getting mooned by a 14-year-old?
All evidence, however, pointed to this prank being fairly harmless. Chandra had already faced criminal charges relating to alleged domestic abuse and now faces life in prison without parole. I love the idea of being like, they scared me and my family. I was afraid that we were gonna die. So they were leaving and you chased after them. I had to snuff out the source. I was kind of on the side with the 12 beers thing. Now I'm kind of like, you're not as pog as I thought, dude.
Yeah, he sounds like a terrible person to begin with, so.
Sounds like a monster.
This guy does sound like he's a bit of a monster, if I'm being honest. As you can imagine, the birth of YouTube pranksters has caused a whole slew of injuries and deaths to occur. Like the YouTube robbery prank gone wrong.
What?
20-year-old Timothy Wilkes, a YouTube prankster, was trying to make a prank video with his friend. The idea involved scaring random strangers by simulating a robbery.
Yeah, this is not going to end well. Okay.
Two of them waited outside of a family trampoline park until they found their victims. They approached the group wielding large butcher knives. What they didn't expect was one of the strangers, David Starnes Jr., was armed. And he
don't prank strangers. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they have. Yeah.
immediately acted in self-defense by shooting Wilkes. That's gonna happen. Okay, he died on the scene and an investigation began. It seemed that Starnes has not been charged for the shooting. I mean, why would you be? If a person's coming up to you with a knife, you don't know it's a prank. Well, that's the thing about YouTube pranksters is that they like give people the idea that like if you do this, nothing bad's gonna happen. You know, we might get punched. It's like, no, dude, people are gonna like kill you.
What happened to that one in the mall? Some guy was like harassing people at a food court, and a guy just pulled out a gun and shot him.
Oh, that was kind of recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a couple years ago.
In one of the more unique instances of pranks gone wrong, we have the man who died pretending to be Bigfoot. That's a way to go, dude. A 44-year-old.
Yeah, that's see, that's what I'm saying. You can't. You got
man from Montana named Randy Lee Tenley. Yeah, Randy Lee Tenley had the goal of impersonating Bigfoot to convince people he was real. Montana highway.
See, I feel like this one is kind of harmless, but I could see it going bad. Just leave strangers alone with these people of self-preservation. I don't know. I don't know.
Patrol told reporters that, quote, he had the ghillie suit and was going to attempt to get the attention of passing motorists, and though I don't know what it means, make them feel like they saw Bigfoot or Sasquatch. In his disguise, he walked onto the highway, and after a very short while, a 15-year-old girl had hit Randy with her car. He collapsed to the ground, and another ran him.
Yeah, why was he doing it on a busy highway? Imagine that stepping up to people's faces and harassing them might go badly. Yeah, I don't know why they're like, yeah, self-preservation just not kicking in. He's like, let me just go bother someone.
Over, killing him. God, add insult to injury immediately. Good Lord. After interviewing the man's friends, it seemed possible that Randy was intoxicated when he made.
Well, there's another reason.
This decision. Yeah, dude, if
people see him when driving by. Yeah, but it's more likely to be believable if you're in like a forest and like, I don't know. You probably don't want to be around hunters though, so that's fair.
Guy is like, I'm gonna be Bigfoot. He's probably drunk walking around the forest. In the end, no calls were made to the authorities in the area relating to any Bigfoot sightings. The prank didn't even work. Nick,
do you think she like swerved into him on purpose?
No. I bet if anything, it was somebody texting or something stupid. Where he's like, and then boom, rolls over. He's like, and then boom again. Just something like back to back like that, you know. Now let's talk about a man who found himself in a deadly situation playing golf. More specifically, at Top Golf. Top Golf is an entertainment center that features high-tech golfing experience. People can play with a big group of friends while they enjoy foods and drinks. It's cringe. It's a cringe time. I've done it before. I'll probably do it again. Just let you know, cringe. What can I say? For one man, this delightful center became an early grave. In the UK, Connor Groom and his best friend were at Top Golf during a Christmas party. The two of them had been drinking heavily. I just want to put a thing out there right now. If anybody's going to any Christmas parties this year, ease up on the pranks, all right? Too many of these have been Christmas-related pranks.
Christmas should be about spending time with family and friends and just enjoying each other's company, not pranks.
Jesus Christ. At one point, Connor's friend drunkenly decided it'd be a funny prank to push him off the side of the course, and the two of them began jokingly trying to shove each other off.
gonna push you off this high area. It's just a prank. Like what goes? I mean, I know they were drinking, but like, what goes through your head?
I always thought that too, because on the top of the Topgolf thing, there's usually a net. So I'm gonna push them off into the net. Ooh, it's gonna be so weird. After a while, they were asked by staff to quit messing around, but they kept at it. That is, until Connor ended up falling down. He hit the safety net, but rolled off of it and slammed his body onto the driving range 12 feet below. He suffered a traumatic cervical spinal cord injury as well as a brain injury. He was rushed to the hospital where he stayed for the following month until he eventually succumbed to his injuries. It was deemed a death by misadventure. The UK Coroner's Guide defines this as a death from, quote, some deliberate human act which unexpectedly and unintentionally goes wrong.
Could have been avoided if you just stopped pushing each other. Crazy.
Sounds like attempted murder in my book.
I think if a couple boys are palling around, they're both drunk, and the guy was doing it too, guess what? You do a little Mario bananas.
12 foot, that's like 5,000 cots. Ron, why are you like this?
Slip. Whoop! You fall off. It's nobody's fault but your own, dude. You know what I mean? Pranks, no matter how fun they may be, can go wrong very quickly. It only takes
saran wrap one. Ugh.
one small misstep to land in serious danger, friends. So if you're gonna pull pranks, don't be stupid. Don't throw eggs at strangers because for all you know, they're strapped to the gills and 12 beers deep. You don't know what they might do. Keep it light and keep it safe because you don't want to be known as the guy who died doing something stupid. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. Just don't prank anybody. Or if you're gonna prank somebody, fart in someone's face while they're sleeping and give them pink.
Don't do that either.
Guy, my buddy did that to one of our friends. It was really fucked up.
That's
What's the worst prank you've ever done to someone?
I think if I'm being honest, probably poo dollar. I did it outside my friend's house, and it was supposed to be his friend, but his dad picked it up instead, and I couldn't go back to his house anymore. I'm pretty sure I even yelled. I was like, Jim, no! He picked it up. Oh. I think the poo dollar's okay if you know the person. Not really. I think it's stupid. Don't do it. That's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't be stupid. No pranks.
Do not. Oh, I can't stand pranks. Yeah, I don't even think that's funny. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any recommendations for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.